everyone, and welcome. This presentation is part of our section entitled M22 Developing Students' STEAM Competences in the module entitled M224 STEAM Competences Assessment. Today, we will look at the competency-based assessment, which is a tailored approach to evaluating students' abilities, focusing on acquiring and demonstrating specific skills rather than simply completing assignments for grades. In STEAM education, creating rubrics for such assessments involves setting clear criteria across various disciplines science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics that reflect both individual and integrated competencies. These rubrics provide detailed actionable feedback, guiding students toward mastering core concepts and practical applications within interdisciplinary projects. The aim of this presentation is to give deeper understanding of competency-based assessment. The objective is to introduce learners to competency-based assessment in STEAM education. Upon completion of this unit, you will be able to create your own rubrics for assessment of STEAM competencies. But first, let's get to know our keywords better. STEAM assessment. This refers to the methods and tools used to evaluate and understanding knowledge and skills of students in the domains of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. These assessments are typically interdisciplinary and project-based, emphasizing real-world application and integration of skills. Competency-based assessment is the approach to evaluating what learners can do with what they know, rather than what they can remember about a topic. It focuses on demonstrating of skills and knowledge through practical application. It's often used in STEAM education to ensure students are not only absorbing information but also are able to apply it in meaningful ways. PowerPoint presentation will introduce you to STEAM competencies assessment. It includes the following key aspects: competency-based assessment and assessment rubrics. Competency-based assessment is an educational evaluation method that focuses on the direct assessment of students' skills and abilities in specific areas. It differs from traditional assessment methods, which often measure a student's capacity to recall and apply knowledge, typically through written tests. Here is a breakdown of what competency-based assessment entitles. Number 1. Skill demonstration. Students are asked to demonstrate their ability to apply skills and knowledge in practical situations. It is action-oriented and requires visible performance of the competency being assessed. Number 2. Measurable criteria. Competences are broken down into specific measurable criteria, which provide a detailed description of what performance at various levels of proficiency looks like. Number 3. Mastery learning. The goal is for students to achieve a level of mastery in each competency area, which may mean that they work on a particular skill set until they reach the expected level, rather than moving on with their peers regardless of their actual understanding. Number 4, personalized pacing. Students can move through a curriculum at their own pace, advancing upon demonstrating mastery rather than spending a predetermined amount of time on each topic. Number 5, learning outcomes. The emphasis is on the outcome, what students can do after they learn, rather than the process of learning itself. This approach can lead to more personalized and relevant evaluations. Number 6, continuous feedback. Students receive ongoing feedback, not just a grade or a score at the end of an instruction, which helps them understand their current level of proficiency and what they need to improve. Number 7, real world application. Competency-based assessment often involve tasks that mimic real-world challenges, ensuring that the skills assessed are truly applicable to real-life scenarios. In practice, competency-based assessment transforms education from a time-based to a learning-based system, one that's designed to ensure all students develop the essential skills and knowledge they need to be successful in their careers and in their life. Formative assessment is a key component of competency-based assessment, serving as an ongoing process that informs both teaching and learning. Here's how formative assessment functions within the framework of competency-based assessment. Number one, continuous feedback. Formative assessments provide continuous feedback to learners, helping them identify their strengths and areas for improvement in life in real time, which is crucial for mastering specific competencies. Number two, guides instructions. Educators use the information gathered from the formative assessment to adjust their teaching strategies and interventions to meet the individual's needs for each learner, ensuring that the instructional methods are aligned with the goal of achieving competency. Number three, identifies learning gaps. Through frequent checks of understanding, formative assessment helps to pinpoint learning gaps of misunderstanding that might be preventing students from reaching competencies in particular area. Number four, encourages self-reflection. Learners are encouraged to engage in self assessment and reflection on their own progress, which can lead to a deeper understanding of the material and a better awareness of their own learning process. Number five, supports personalized learning paths. Because formative assessment allows for recognition of individuals' learners' progress, it supports the creation of personalized learning paths within a competency based framework, allowing learners to progress as they demonstrate mastery of each competency. Number six, promotes learner autonomy. By involving learners in the assessment process, formative assessments promotes autonomy, motivating students to take responsibility for their own learning and to work towards achieving proficiency at their own pace. Number seven, prepares for summative assessment. Formative assessment helps prepare learners for summative assessment by providing them with practice and understanding of what is required to demonstrate competency in a summative context. In essence, formative assessment acts as a navigation tool for both educators and learners in a competency based education system, providing the directions and feedback necessary for reaching the ultimate destination, demonstrating competency in a specific skill or knowledge area. Formative assessments come in various formats, each designed to gather information about students' learning and provide feedback that can be used to improve instruction and learning outcomes. Here are several types of formative assessments. Number one, observations. Teachers informally observe students during class activities to assess their level of engagement, understanding, and skills. These can be structured with checklists or notes to record observations. Number two, questioning. Teachers use targeted questions to assess students' comprehension. This can be through oral questioning in class, hand raising, or through digital platforms that allow for immediate responses. Number three, exit tickets. At the end of a lesson, students write down an answer to a question or reflect on what they have learned. This helps teachers assess whether students have grasped the key concepts. Number four, think, pair, share. Students take a moment to think about a question, pair up with another student to discuss their thoughts, and then share with a larger group, which allows for assessment of understanding and communication skills. Number five, peer assessments. Students review each other's work and provide constructive feedback. This not only allows students to engage in evaluating learning, but also to learn from each other's insight and perspectives. Number six, self assessment. Students reflect on their own work and assess their progress toward learning objectives, which encourages metacognition and self regulated learning. Number seven, learning loads or journals. Students regularly record what they have learned, questions they might have, and how they are solving problems. Teacher can review these logs to, to find out their understanding and guide future instructions. Number eight, quizzes. Short quizzes provide immediate feedback to both students and teachers about individual and class compensation of a topic. This can be formal or more informal pop quizzes. Number nine, graphic organizers. Tools like concept maps, for example, Venn diagrams, and flowcharts can help students organize their thoughts and understand the relationships between concepts, providing visual way to assess their comprehension. Number 10, homework assessments. While often seen as a traditional tool, when used formatively, homework can provide insight into students' understanding outside of the class time. Number 11, digital tool and applications. Various educational technologies offer interactive platforms for formative assessment, such as online quizzes, games, and simulations that provide instant feedback. Number 12, project-based assignments. Long-term projects can be assigned formally as teachers check in on student progress, offering feedback and guidance throughout the project's development. By using a mix of these formative assessment strategies, educators can gather a comprehensive view of students' learning and make informed decisions to support continuous academic growth. In STEAM education, which encompasses science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics, assessment rubrics play a crucial role in evaluating a wide range of skills and competencies. The rubrics are tailored to measure not only content knowledge, but also critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication skills. Given the interdisciplinary and applied nature of STEAM, assessment rubrics in this context often emphasize the following aspects. Number one, process and problem solving skills. Since STEAM education focuses heavily on the process of learning and solving problems, rubrics often assess students on their ability to approach problems systematically, use logical reasoning, and apply scientific methods. Number two, creativity and innovation. The inclusion of the arts in STEAM adds a strong emphasis on creativity. Rubrics might assess students on their ability to think outside of the box, use innovative approaches to solve problems, and incorporate aesthetic considerations into their projects. Number three, technical skills. For projects involving technology and engineering, rubrics assess specific technical skills and competencies such as CODIA, circuit design, or the use of scientific equipment and software. Number four, collaboration and communication. Given the collaborative nature of STEAM projects, rubrics often evaluate students on their ability to work effectively in teams, communicate their ideas clearly, and contribute positively to the group efforts. Number five, projects and design management. Students might be assessed on their ability to plan and execute projects, including setting goals, management time and resources, and making adjustments based on feedback or changing circumstances. Number six, integration of STEAM disciplines. Rubrics may evaluate how well students interact and integrate knowledge and methods from different STEAM disciplines, showing an understanding of how these fields intercept and complement each other. Number 7, reflection and self-assessment. Some rubrics include criteria for students to reflect on their learning process, evaluate their work, and identify areas for improvement. Creative and effective STEAM education rubric involve considering the interdisciplinary nature of STEAM and the skills you want to nurture in students. Here is a guideline for developing such a rubric designed to be adaptable across various projects and grade levels. Number 1, define clear learning objectives. Interdisciplinary integration. Objectives should reflect how students will integrate knowledge and skills across science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics. Critical thinking and problem solving include objectives that require students to apply critical thinking skills and solve problems creatively and effectively. Communication and collaboration. Objectives should also cover students' ability to communicate ideas and work collaboratively in teams. Number 2, identify key criteria. Criteria should be broad enough to cover essential skills in STEAM, but specific enough to provide meaningful feedback. Consider these categories: innovation and creativity. Assess the originality of ideas and the ability to think outside of traditional boundaries. Technical skills. Evaluate the application of technical skills relevant to the project, such as coding, engineering design process, or scientific experimentation. Process and design thinking. Focus on students' approach to problem solving, including planning, prototyping, testing, and iterating. Collaboration. Assess how effectively students work in teams, including communication, division of labor, and conflict resolution. Presentation and communication. Evaluate the clarity, organization, and effectiveness of presentation or reports. Integration of STEAM concepts. Assesses how well students incorporate and apply concepts from multiple STEAM disciplines. Number 3, develop performance levels. Create descriptive performance levels. Exceeds expectations, meets expectations, approaching expectations, below expectations for each criteria. Each level should describe exceed expectations means work that goes above and beyond the creativity, complexity, or in depth and understanding. Meets expectation is competent and thorough work that meets the project's objective. Approaching expectations would be work that shows efforts but misses some aspects of the objectives. And below expectations is when the work fails significantly short of the objective. Number 4, use descriptive indicators. For each performance level, provide specific descriptive indicators that explain why a student's work falls into this category. This clarity helps students understand their strengths and areas for improvement. Number 5, include students' self-assessment and reflection. Encourage students to evaluate their own work and reflect on their own learning process. This could be a separate section of the rubric or be integrated into a criterion. Number 6, make the rubric accessible and transparent. Ensure students understand the rubric before they start their project. Discussing the rubric can help clarify expectations and the importance of the interdisciplinary learning in STEAM. Number 7, be open to revisions. After using the rubric, gather feedback from students and colleagues. Be prepared to revise the rubric to better meet students' needs and reflect the evolving nature of STEAM education. For creating STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics rubrics, several websites offer tools and templates that can be customized to fit various educational needs. Here are some few platforms where you can create and find rubrics specifically tailored for STEAM education. Number one, Rubistar. You can see the website. Rubistar is free tool designed to help teachers create quality rubrics. It offers a variety of customized rubric templates, including options that can be adapted to STEAM projects. Teachers can select the criteria they want to include and tailor in their descriptions to match their specific requirements. Number two, iRubric. Description includes a comprehensive rubric development, assessment, and sharing tool. It allows educators to build, test, and apply rubrics for any project or assignment, including STEAM activities. iRubric also features a collaborative space where educators can share and discuss rubrics. Number three, for all rubrics. It is tailored from K to 12 and beyond, offering a versatile platform for creating, managing, and analyzing rubrics. It is particularly useful for STEAM educators looking to integrate rubrics into a broader assessment framework, supporting both formative and non-formative assessment. Number four, Teachers Pay Teachers. While primarily a marketplace for education resources, Teachers Pay Teachers has a wide range of user-generated content, including STEAM rubrics, created by teachers for various grades, levels, and projects. This platform is ideal for educators seeking inspiration or customizable rubric templates. Number five, Kathy Schrock's Guide to Everything. This is a well curated collection of educational resources, including a section dedicated to assessment and rubrics. Here you can find links to rubric builders and variety of examples and templates that could be adapted to STEAM education. These websites offer a mix of free and paid options, and each provides unique features that can help educators create effectively and comprehensive rubrics for STEAM education. Whether you're looking for a simple tool to generate a basic rubric or a comprehensive platform for ongoing assessment, these resources can meet a wide range of needs. Now let's look at an example of how we can create a rubric to evaluate STEAM projects. For this purpose, we use the site Quick Rubrics. The STEAM assessment rubric is designed to evaluating students' projects on creating a wind generator, focusing on the integration of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It assesses five key areas: understanding of wind energy concepts, design and innovation, use of technology and construction skills, application of mathematical concepts, and presentation and explanation of project. Each criterion is evaluated across four performance levels: exceed expectations, meet expectations, approaching expectations, and below expectations. The rubric aims to provide clear, measurable feedback on students' gap of wind energy principles, their creativity and problem solving skills in design and practical application of technology and mathematics, and their ability to communicate their project efficiently. This tool is intended to guide educators in offering constructive feedback while also encouraging students to self assess and reflect on their own learning and project outcomes. Effective STEAM competencies assessment should be holistic, integrating these diverse components into a comprehensive evaluation that acknowledges both the technical and creativity aspects of learning. It's also important that the assessments are adaptive to the levels of students and their specific objectives of the STEAM curriculum they're engaged with. Competency based assessment is an approach that focuses on evaluating students' ability to demonstrate specific skills and competencies rather than measuring learning based on the time spent in classroom or on traditional grading systems. This method emphasizes the master reveal key concept and practical skills, allowing students to advance based on their ability to show they have acquired the necessary knowledge and abilities. Competency based assessment is learner centered, providing clear expectations and feedback, and is often involves various forms of assessment, such as projects, performances, and portfolios. This approach encourages students to take an active role in their learning, allowing for personalized pacing and the opportunity to apply what they have learned in real world contexts. Ultimately, competency based assessment aims to prepare students more efficiently for future challenges by ensuring they can apply their knowledge and skills in diverse situations. Thank you.